Hello there, lovely people. It's your friendly neighborhood Mr. Nacho. Today I wanted to bring you a Christmas spirited build. As you can see, me and Whispers, we already have our Christmas decorations set up. The lights are blinking. The snow isn't really falling, it's just the ash from the contaminated clouds, but we will be fine. Anyway, before the build starts, I wanted to wish all of you Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday Break, whatever you celebrate. I'm a little bit late for this, so Happy Hanukkah as well. I don't really know if I'll post another video soon, because I'll be leaving for my Christmas break, but if I don't, then Merry Christmas to all of you. And a Happy New Year, of course, as well. Okay, so Christmas is the time of togetherness, of sharing your time with the loved ones, and spending time together with the people you care about. So today we will be sharing a build for co-op. This will be thanks to cooperation from my dear friend SenorCerveza, who is also a YouTube content creator. I will link his channel down below. And basically we'll have a double dot build that shreds every single thing in your way. It's extremely fun to play, it's very easy to play, and I will show you some clips later on, as you know, as usual. So, as it's a co-op build, there will be 2 builds there, one for each player. If you want to go with 3 people, then that's okay. 2 of them can use the Eruption setup. First of all, so this is the setup that the SenorCerveza used in my video, which is the Bruiser setup, the entire set. Then we have the Tranquil Heart with health, skill cooldown, and elemental damage. We have the Sparkfire shotgun with Overflow and Maelstrom. We have Krelax with Stormbringer. And we have the Tech 22 with Creeping Mist and Fetid Wounds. When it comes to the jewelry, we have the Sinister Totem, a Honey Crystal, Band of the Fanatic, Singed Ring, and the Stone of Malevolence. When it comes to 2 archetypes, we have the Ritualist with Miasma and Challenger with the Juggernaut skill. Challenger here is very nice since we will be mostly close up because we are using the shotgun. Then we will get 35% to all damage, and then we will also get a heavier armor that we can equip and some effects whenever we cast the skill and whenever we use a relic. So this is a very good setup for dots. The traits are on the right. I will not go through all of them, but you are welcome to copy them if you want. Also, both of the builds, or actually all 3 of the builds that we are gonna show up today, will be linked in a new Remnant 2 builder, which is called Remnant2toolkit.com, which is where you can just see all of the builds, copy them, create your own, and share them easily with the community or your friends. This is an extremely good page to use. It's just being developed right now, so there isn't really too much content on it, but it's already something. So if you are feeling like you want to share a build without doing all of the screenshots or mousing over or recording the video, then this would be the way. Anyway, the reason this setup exists is that we want to be able to cast Miasma to make everything around us light up like the Christmas trees, and the other setup will use Eruption to make sure that the lights never go out and everything will just keep going like this. So as you can see, we have all of the colorful numbers, we are feeling like it's Christmas already, and it just looks beautiful. Of course, you want to use the Overflow mod, you want to throw your Krelaxes, and you want to use the Creeping Mist and Fetid Wounds to apply even more dots. And then use Miasma whenever it's on cooldown to apply even more. Where it comes to the Eruption skill and the other setup, it's right here. There are actually 2 different ones that I wanted to show you. One is with the Engineer, and the other one is with Handler, which Engineer gives you 50% skill damage, which is what we will be focusing on since Eruption in this build only has 6-second cooldown. But the Handler setup also has 50% skill damage. Well, but Mr. Nacho, how is this possible? The Handler, from what I know, only gives you 30% skill damage. Well, that is correct, my boy, but if you use the attack dog with this setup, it will last for 20 seconds and it has only a cooldown of 18 seconds, then it will be 50% as well, permanently, and not only for you, the 20% bonus damage will also go to your allies. So the setup looks like this. We have the Leto Mark 1 helmet, we have the Night Stalker garb, we have the Night Stalker pants, we have the Leto Mark 2 gloves, which are not really here, and that's good because they are ugly. And thanks to the Night Stalker garb, we just have this natural kind of looking survivor-ish setup. When it comes to the relic, we have also the Tranquil Heart with elemental damage, skill cooldown, and health. We have the corrosive rounds and twisting wounds on the Sparkfire shotgun. We have Tainted Blade on the Krell Axe, and we also have Hot Shot and Fetid Wounds on the Tech 22. All of the dots that we combine and apply will be permanent unless the boss can cleanse them, like the Night Weaver can, for example, whenever she vanishes through the wall. But if the boss stays in the arena, all of the dots that you apply will be permanent thanks to the Eruption skill and constant reapply of Miasma as well. So the setup goes like this. It's the Silver Ribbon to increase our skill damage, because the Eruption actually benefits from the skill damage, and it also gives us haste, which is very nice. We have the Ahane Crystal for bonus damage, we have the Black Pawn Stamp, we have the Burden of the Stargazer and Burden of the Rebel to give us perfect 80% cooldown reduction. We are also, of course, spec'd into the Expertise to reduce our cooldowns by further 20%, and we also have the Xenoplasm to reduce our skill cooldowns by additional 10%, which all adds up to 80%, which is the maximum that you can get. That's why we have the permanent attack dog, that's why we have the eruption every 6 seconds, and with the other setup we will be able to proc our overclock on the flamethrower to apply even more dots, which is extremely useful. The setups differ a little bit from one another, simply because with this setup the tower is very tanky and we don't really care if it dies, we can instantly just resummon it, and it will deal a lot of damage and the boss won't really focus it at all. With the dog, however, the dog is usually in harm's way because he's melee, he's just a little boy, and he will take some damage. So when it comes to this setup, these are the traits that we have, and again, you're always welcome to copy them. And when it comes to the handler setup, the traits are a little bit different, simply because we have Rugged and Blood Bond. If you don't want Triage, you are just welcome to swap it for the Flashcaster to cast your skills even quicker, which is extremely useful whenever you are just spamming Eruption over and over and over. We will have a ton of damage, a ton of skill to spam, and everything on the screen will be just like Christmas. The lights will be going everywhere, and I hope that this is something that you can test with your friends. If you are pre-made and if you have like the voice comms, or if you can ask them to play one of the builds, then I am sure that you will have a great time. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I know that you are here for how the build performs and you want to see the boss fights, so here they are. Again, Merry Christmas to all of you, have a great day, and I hope that you will have a wonderful time.